Hold on. We're almost ready. Hold on. We're connecting to YouTube.
Okay. Are we going to start with the frame on us?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Hello.
We might be on. I don't know. There we go, and we're good.
All right.
Off you go.
Hello, Spartans fans. We are looking live at the Spartan versus Prescott volleyball match. My name's Will Rossmiller.
I'm Jeff Carter.
And Cody Wallen.
And we're all here today to broadcast this game live for our streamers on YouTube and for people to check us out later. So, yeah, gentlemen, what do you have to say?
Well, I'll be honest. I can't hear a word you're saying.
Great, that's excellent. So I'm gonna have to speak up a little bit.
I'm gonna not answer that question.
I will say I am very excited. This is our second broadcast we're doing of a volleyball game here. Hopefully working out some of the kinks here. We have multiple cameras this time out. We'll be having one on the scoreboard. You obviously see the one that's on us right now. And then we have another camera that will actually give you the game action.
We're going to be giving you the game from all the angles today, from up top, on the side, and even live in the booth here with all of us. So, yeah. Not reviewing the season for the Spartans a little bit before we get into this game. The Spartans have had a bit of a difficult season this year. Haven't won many matches at all, but are looking to get back on track here against Prescott at home, which is a nice change of pace, gentlemen, because we haven't had a lot of home games yet this year.
We have not. This is the third home match for the Spartans.
Home match.
We were unable to bring the broadcast to you last week, but lucky to be back here.
We're glad to be here now.
Yep, absolutely.
Cody Wallen.
I will say that we are kind of just holding our own here until one Corey Lindenberg, Somerset teacher, gets here to give you the play-by-play action for the majority of this contest.
Absolutely. Lindenberg, he knows what he's talking about. We don't know so much about what we're talking about, but we're going to try to bridge the gap from us to the one and only Corey Lindenberg.
Absolutely. Mr. Carter, anything to add?
I can't hear a word you both are saying.
So I can't wait to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, it's going to be a great game. We got the Prescott Cardinals here. I don't know if they already said that, but they're here. We got a great student section.
Yeah, look at down here. It's a blackout tonight as the theme for the student section.
Yes.
And we're going to get ready here.
Students showing their school spirit by dressing the theme.
Most of them are doing a good job.
Looks like we are about to get ready going here. The national anthem is going to be brought to us pretty soon here, so we will shut off while that occurs.
Volleyball game featuring the Prescott Cardinals and the Somerset Spartan. Somerset volleyball players would like to dedicate tonight's match to their amazing and supportive parents and the wonderful teachers of the Somerset School District. Parents, would you please stand? Thank you for your positive encouragement and support.
So sweet.
Teachers and staff, please stand. Thank you for making a difference in the lives of our student athletes. At this time, would you please rise and honor America by removing your hats for the singing of our national anthem?
sportsmanship, fair play, and respect for our teammates, opponents, and the officials. Now it's game time. Let's announce our starting lineup.
First, for the Prescott Cardinals, a junior, number 9, Tori Bank. Senior, number 3, Alea Adrian. A senior, number 13, McKenna Johnson. A senior, number 2, Savannah Murphy. A junior, number 5, Isabella Lenz. A junior, number 15, Nicole Dahlman. And out of barrel tonight, senior number 1, Ashley Regan. The Cardinals are coached by Jeff Snyder and Sammy Martell and assisted by Laura Taggart and Joan Corfey.
Can't zoom in anymore.
And now for your Somerset Spartans! Senior number 3, Stevie Hay. Sophomore number 15, Hope Belargin. Junior number 10, Taylor Paulson. Senior number 8, Christine Shears. Now senior number 11, Madison Buflin. And junior number 14, Rachel Gatkowski. Libero for tonight, junior number 1, Gracie Lambert. Cardinals are coached by Alan Reeves, assisted by Alicia Anderson, Sarah Krybeck, and Jennifer Roberts. Assigned officials for today's game are Larry Stencil and David Smith.
Go. All right. And we're back. Just saw the starting lineups there. Tonight, theme night as far as other stuff going on. We have parent night and teacher appreciation night.
Yes.
Which is great to see. So students created notes for all their parents and they ran them up before the game.
Very good. Giant crowd here.
Yeah.
Big student section.
Awesome
One of the
to
better
see.
ones. That blackout that we mentioned earlier really strongly represented. Looks like the Prescott student section is rocking a neon theme, I think is what it looks like.
That's what it looks like, Mr. Wallen. All right. So we are about to start the action here at Somerset High School. Let's see who gets to start with the ball here. The student section is in the game early.
Oh, looks like we have a cowbell being.
Oh boy, wonderful.
Yes,
Is this on?
sure is.
Sure.
right, sounds
Welcome, Mr. Carter.
Welcome to the
There we go.
broadcast. Looks like we're just getting started here.
Just about ready to go. Just getting the final details out there and about ready to start. Just
Where's the
getting-
ball?
I'm not sure. Getting something figured out here.
All right, there we go.
And here we go. Stevie Haig is going to serve the ball for the Spartans. And away we go. Spartans set it up for Spike. And that's the first point. Excellent work there. Spartans out to an early lead, 1-0. And that was Hope Belargin on that spike. Excellent work. Stevie Haig with the serve again. Over the net, here we go. And Prescott bumps. Set, get ready for a spike. Oh, and it drops. Prescott evens the score at 1-1. Here comes the return serve from Prescott. And it hits the net. That is a point for the Spartans.
Thrilling first couple of points here.
Absolutely. And it looks like we're going to have Madison Troutmiller on the serve. student section is enjoying the early lead. Madison Troutmiller with the serve. It is over. A nice dig, a set, spike, and the Spartans recover. Ooh,
Oh, just out.
just out of bounds there.
Christine Schurz there on the
A good effort,
just out of bounds. Yep.
just out. Ball back to the Cardinals. Ooh, tips the net and goes over. Darn, those are the hard ones. Those are the hard ones. Oh, another difficult point. Prescott is really serving well early on here.
Yes.
Hard for the Spartans really to do anything with balls like that. Even if you have great positioning, hard to do anything.
Absolutely.
Ball is over. Spartans set it up, and they get the ball over. But here come the Cardinals. Ooh. Oh, there we go with a spike and a block, and then a spike to return it right back.
Hope Larson just commanding that net.
She is doing an excellent job up front right now. And Hope is now on the serve. Ready to get some more points for the Spartans. And the ball is over. Prescott bumps, sets up for the spike. Ooh, good save. The Spartans recover and get it over. Ready to set up for another one. Ooh, hard to do it twice right there. They were able to recover the first spike, but couldn't quite recover on that second spike there. So it'll be Prescott's ball. Serving again. Prescott with an early 5-3 lead in this first set. Another nice serve. Stevie Higgs sets up. Oh! And here's it.
Taking advantage of the very close.
Rachel Gaikowski with a really
well done.
good play right there. Not taking that spike, just giving a nice
Shaylin
easy set over.
Strupke and Sophia Rivard checking in.
Oh. So we're getting some new players into the game here. Shaylin Strumke, a freshman, playing on varsity. Very impressive. And the Prescott is able to get the ball over. Spartans on the attack. And they get another point.
Gaikowski again.
That's another one for Gaikowski. And the ball is over. Bump, set, and here it comes again. Oh! A good recovery by the Cardinals. They get the ball over. Somerset hopefully sets it up again here. Oh. And not quite sure what happened on that one. Maybe a net ball.
The Somerset player touched the net.
All right, there we go. And you can't do that.
Yes, that is a no-no.
So that is a
volleyball.
point for Prescott. Spartans set it up. Christine Schurz with the spike, and it is in. Getting back to that 2-point deficit.
Apologize for the technical difficulties there. We lost internet connection there for a second, but we seem to be back on it here.
All right, welcome back, Spartan fans. We have a 6-8 score. Spartans with 6, Prescott Cardinals with 8, and we have Haley Rieger on the serve, another freshman on this varsity squad.
Very exciting.
So Rieger with the serve. It's over, and it is out. A little too strong on the serve there, Mr. Carter.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
It is so thrilling, I'm at a loss for words.
How about that?
Don't take my loss of words as a fact that I still cannot hear my fellow announcers.
This is true.
Prescott serves the ball over, and it goes into the net. That is a point for the Spartans.
You said it, Mr. Ross Miller. I'm assuming.
I did. On the serve now, we have Gracie Lambert. And the ball's over. Prescott digs it out, sets up the spike. Oh, and the Spartans save it. Gotta get that ball over. Shannon Strumke gets it over. And here comes the spike.
Spike.
Spartans are doing a great job of keeping this possession alive. Oh, wow. Prescott as well. Just an excellent volley going on here. But here we go. Hope Pelargian with a great spike, but a nice block by the Cardinals. Another excellent block. Look at
well
that.
done by the Spartans.
What do you have to say about that one, Mr. Carter?
That was an excellent rally.
That sure was. And
I'm going to pass over the good headset here to one Jeff Carter for the color commentary here while I work to maintain our strong internet connection here.
Sounds good,
What was
Mr.
that?
Wallen. Thank you. And the Spartans serve the ball over. Prescott with the set, and here comes the spike. Spartans get a partial block, but cannot save the point.
Mr. Rossmiller, has anyone ever told you you are rather loud?
Really? Thanks, Mr. Carter.
This headset is way better than a microphone.
Yeah, you can actually hear me now, right?
I can, yes.
How about that?
Very
All right,
loud and
Spartans
clear.
are getting ready here. So get the ball over to Prescott. Prescott's trying to save the point, and they lose it.
Roof interference.
Yeah, difficult when that happens. Hard to save the point there.
Yes, when the
So-
roof gets in the way,
Absolutely.
the roof usually gets its way.
That is a great point, Mr. Carter.
Mhm.
Currently, we have a Prescott lead of 10-9. Spartans are closing in now with Stevie Haig on the serve.
Terribly exciting.
Absolutely. Prescott sets it up, and the Spartans can't quite block that one over the net. Prescott with another 2-point lead.
Yes, valiant efforts from these Somerset
Absolutely. Made good contacts, just didn't quite work out for him. So we're going to have Prescott here on the serve. And the ball is over. Spartans don't get much of an opportunity to set that one up. Ooh. And that one's out on Prescott. Another point for Somerset.
Spartans. Good dodge by that Spartan there, otherwise.
Absolutely. That's a point Prescott right there. That's a good call there, Mr. Carter. That's a big
Yes.
save.
Yes, definitely. Well, good call on that Spartan.
All right. And we have Madison Troutmiller here on the serve for the Spartans.
Terribly
Looking to hopefully even up the score here. And that ball is over, and an excellent serve for Troutmiller as we are now tied in this first set, 11-11. Troutmiller, a sophomore, was kind of sidelined with some concussions last year, but is in full health now.
She was one of your students, wasn't she?
She
Mr.
was.
Rossmiller?
Excellent student, very hard worker. Ooh, and that is a excellent spike by Prescott to regain the lead in this first set.
Yes.
It's really been back and forth so far, Mr. Carter.
Definitely has.
It's riveting stuff.
Oh. Terribly exciting.
And Prescott is serving the ball over, and it goes into the net.
Yes, it does.
They have had at least 3 times now where they have served the ball into the net. That is an unforced error, and that's what you want to avoid when you're playing volleyball.
I do agree.
Yeah.
And
Thank
our
you, Mr. Carter.
Somerset fan section is not letting the Prescott Cardinals forget about
Not
it.
letting it forget it.
They have a few cheers here that
And the Spartans try to block that one, but it kind of ricochets off their hand and goes out of bounds. Point Cardinals.
yes.
We'll bring you on the next timeout.
It looks like we're going to get some interviews here, Mr. Carter, going on during this game. And another unforced error for the Cardinals. That brings it up to 4, where they have served the ball in the net. You can't be doing that. If you want to win the match, you can't be doing that.
Definitely. If you want to win the match, you have to hit the ball into the ground.
Absolutely. I mean, into the air, and hopefully not on the ground. That's a nice dig by the Prescott Cardinals, and they set it up to spike. And that one's hard to get there for Madison Troutmiller as Prescott regains the lead.
Yes. But she got it. She hit it into the ground.
But that's what you want to avoid, Mr. Carter. You got to get it over, and so the other team hits it on the ground.
On their ground.
Exactly right.
So, on their ground.
Absolutely. That's a
right.
nice dig right there by Gracie Lambert, and the Spartans get it over, but Prescott rebounds. Another nice
rally.
dig. Great set. Oh, and the Spartans look like they made contact with the net again. Prescott has been serving the ball into the net, but we've been struggling with making contact with the net when we're setting up the ball.
Very true. That net.
It gets you, man.
It's always in the way.
Another nice set and spike, and that's a point for the Spartans.
There we go.
That is Rachel Gaikowski, another excellent point for her. She's really doing well by the net.
Yes. This game is one of her better ones.
Absolutely.
Not to say that she has bad games.
Just, we're seeing a great performance, and we have Haley Rieger on the serve. That
Another
ball's over.
Student of yours, right, Mr.
Yes, she
Rossnar?
is a freshman in honors English this year, and she is doing fantastic so far.
Very well.
Wonderful to have her.
Excellent to hear.
Absolutely. It's great seeing your students playing sports because it's very cool to see them outside of your classroom doing awesome things.
Kind of reminds you that they're real people
Exactly,
too.
and it's really nice to remember that.
Yes.
So we have the Spartans with a nice dig, but they cannot set that ball up. And that is another point to Prescott, who now has a 17-14 lead on our Somerset Spartans.
Somerset needs to either hope for more net spikes.
Ooh, and that one's hard to take too. You gotta be able to return those serves.
Prescott
And there's a timeout for the Spartans.
Well, Prescott is hitting a very, I'll get back to that thought. We have a member of the Somerset cross-country team here to tell us about the meet that occurred earlier today. Bryson,
Hello.
what do you have to say about the cross-country meet today?
It was pretty rainy and muddy and cold, but we pushed through.
Yes.
Got her done.
Absolutely. Where was this meet? Who hosted this meet?
Somerset, Wisconsin.
Somerset,
How about
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Was this your first home meet?
Yes, it was. And we are also hosting conference this year, so come back.
Do you know when conference is, Bryson? No, I'm not sure either. Get back to
I'm
this.
not really sure, in like 2 weeks or something.
All right. Exciting time to be a Spartan cross-country fan.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Bryson, how was your race today?
My race, I slipped a couple times, so not my best race, but
Did you finish?
I finished.
All right.
That's all that matters. That's all that
Yeah.
counts.
Thank you, Bryson.
All right. Thank
No
you, Bryson.
problem. Peace out.
The SHS way, even if you stumble or if you fall,
You get back up.
and you finish the race.
Keep on going. Awesome to hear. Mr. Carter and I were both at the cross-country race tonight, and it was a wet one.
It was definitely a wet one.
We actually had to change clothes and get some Spartan gear from the Coliseum. So we are currently featuring the attire you could purchase yourself at the Somerset Coliseum at any given day. Isn't that right, Mr. Carter? All right, getting back into the action here. Prescott serves the ball over. Rieger on the return, but it does not quite connect, and Prescott is now out to a 20-15 lead in this first set. Spartans have to turn this one around, or else they're going to be down a set early in this match.
A few errors on the Spartan side.
Yeah,
one
they,
ball into the net, another one missed.
They looked a lot cleaner early on, and it seems like they're struggling a little bit here. With Prescott with the spike with a nice block from the Spartans. They're able to get the ball over. Somerset returns. Ball on the other side. Prescott into the net, and that's another point for the Spartans.
Yes.
They needed that one, Mr. Carter.
Yes, they did. Turning the ball over. And we are subbing in Stevie Hag.
Stevie Haig is coming in for Shaylin Stremke, and Madison Buthling is coming in for Sophia Rivard. And Haig will be on the serve. Stevie with the serve over, and Prescott bumps, sets, and gets ready for a spike. And the Spartans can block it, but they do not get the ball back over onto the Cardinal side. Prescott with another point, 21-16. I just received a text message from the one and only Corey Lindenberg. He said he is about ready to leave. What's up?
Mr. Lindenberg will be right about here.
So Lindenberg is going to be on his way soon, but right now the Spartans are currently in a little bit of trouble. Prescott sets and gets ready for a spike. Spartans block, but that is another point for Prescott. That is a tough one. They make the contact on the block, Mr. Carter, but they just can't quite get the ball over.
Yes.
That one, it's hard to see because they're in the right spot at the right time, just can't quite execute. Prescott with another serve. Haley Rieger with the bump, but it does not connect just quite right, and Prescott has a 7-point lead in this first set. Only 2 more to go, and then they win. the first set of this match.
Yes, they do.
Prescott with another serve. Rieger with the bumps. Haig with the spike set, and we spike the ball over, but Prescott rebounds. Another spike, and that one is hard to return for Rieger. That one was out of a cannon, Mr. Carter.
Yes.
That was just coming in hot.
A very fierce hit.
Absolutely. Prescott 24, Spartans 16 in this first set. Prescott is serving for this first set right here. The ball is over. Rieger with the bump. Haig with another bump, and Spartans are still in this. And they get the ball over. Oh, a nice hit by Prescott.
Quick turn of play.
Haig. Hope Belargin with another excellent spike to keep this set still in for the Spartans. We have a couple more substitutions in here. Madison Troutmiller coming in for Taylor Paulson. And Christine Schur is coming into the game as well.
And the Somerset student section brings in another great cheer.
They are great at those. They're excellent at those, Mr. Carter.
Absolutely.
They really make it part of the whole experience.
They bring the game alive.
Troutmiller with the serve. Spartans are trying to get the ball back over here. And Hope with an excellent touch on that ball. And the Spartans are still in this set. Right now we're at 24 for Prescott, 18 for Somerset. Troutmiller with the serve again. And that ball is over. A nice serve. Forces the Prescott Cardinals to hit it over in one hit. Spartans still in on it. Setting it up. And Buthling with another ball over. Ooh, and that one's a difficult one. Another nice touch play by the Cardinals, and they win the first set by a score of 25-18.
And here we have our very own Principal Donnelly.
Hey, guys.
Welcome, Principal Donnelly.
Oh, hi.
We are live.
Hi.
Principal Donnelly, why don't you tell us about some of the happenings going on at Somerset High School this week?
I will. So this week is homecoming week. Big week, a lot of fun, a lot of energy, a lot of excitement, a lot of dress-up day fun. We've got our Pet Fest on Friday starting at 8 o'clock. We have our parade at 1 o'clock, which we really encourage the community to kind of position themselves around town to watch the parade. We have the Friday night football game, and then we have our dance Saturday night as well from 7 to 10.
Very exciting. I also believe there might be a chili cook-off on Thursday.
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up. We also have a tailgate party happening Thursday from 5 to 7. Chili, there'll be our sports players will be there signing autographs, just another way to kind of bring everyone together with some of the homecoming fun.
Very exciting.
Awesome.
So the other thing, I'm glad you asked about Stuff the Bus, because the other thing I want to mention is Stuff the Bus. So we are in a competition with New Richmond to see which school can bring in the most items for our food shelf. So we are having students at the high school, middle school, and elementary school all contribute to that. So we're hoping that Friday night, once we bring all those items together, that we will have a bus full of food pantry items for our local food pantry, which we're really excited about.
That is
Absolutely. A great cause for some great students.
And it's great because really it shows that homecoming is really about the community. It's not just about the school, but it's bringing everyone together.
I agree. That's why homecoming is one of my favorite times of the year. And speaking of favorites, I hear Whitney Houston, I Want to Dance with Somebody
Excellent song.
on the music right now, which is also one of my favorites. So, thanks for having me on, you guys.
Thank you for being on.
I might be back later because I never pass up an opportunity to speak into a microphone.
Please do come back.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you, Principal Donnelly, for joining us on the broadcast. Awesome stuff going on here at SHS for homecoming this week, Mr. Carter.
Yes, it is just terribly exciting.
It is terribly, that is a really, I love the catchphrase, Mr. Carter.
Oh, yes.
It's terribly exciting.
It is verily fantastic.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Mr. Rossmiller, have you dressed up to the dress-up days this
Absolutely.
week so far?
So today was Decades Day, and I kind of dropped the ball today. And I know it's like,
Mr.
come on, Mr. Rossmiller. But on Monday, we had Groutfit, which is gray on gray, which I am rocking today.
Yes,
from
you are.
the SHS Coliseum.
Mm-hmm.
And it was also double denim, meaning it denim on top, denim on bottom.
Oh, yes.
And I really took that one to heart, Mr. Carter, and I went triple denim.
I saw.
And Mr. Wallen as well went triple denim, which is quite a commitment, but believe me, folks, it was really worth it.
You two are definitely sore sights for some sore eyes.
We sure were. But it's all for the sake of school spirit, Mr. Carter.
That's
what
true.
It really comes down to.
My grout fit, while not pretty, was very comfortable.
It really did the job. It's like you were coming to school with pajamas. For me, it was like wearing jeans all over.
Yes.
Which wasn't great.
Especially on an 80-degree day.
It was warm. And I'm not going to lie, I was sweating a little bit.
The school spirit shown on that dress-up day was by far the most
incredible.
I have ever witnessed.
It was like everyone was going to wear a grout fit anyway.
Yes.
Everyone was wearing gray and gray. They were all ready to go.
Everyone wanted permission.
Absolutely.
To look bad.
And speaking of ready to go, it looks like we are ready to go for set number 2 here, Mr. Carter, with Prescott serving the ball to our Somerset Spartans.
Fantastic.
The ball is over, and that ball is in. The Spartans don't quite communicate and make contact with that ball, and Prescott is out to the early lead.
I feel like communication might be the missing link in the Somerset's gameplay tonight.
It's kind of the hallmark of any good team. Whatever sport you're in, you really have to be able to communicate. Prescott with another ball over, and Christine Schurz can't quite handle that ball as it goes past her. And that is another point for Prescott.
You know, like you were saying, communication on that cross-country course. Bryson was just talking about it. Communication is key. You have to say, hey, look out for that puddle.
It's really a team thing. And in that case, it's interesting because like cross-country runners sometimes work together even if they're not on the same team.
Absolutely.
We saw people that were carrying each other across the finish line that weren't even in the same group.
Please pat my back as I puke into the bushes.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly right. It is bound to happen with any cross-country meet, even on a cold, rainy day.
Oh, absolutely.
We do have section is getting into it.
The best fans here.
Yes,
the
they
best
are
student section.
super excited about us announcing this game, and we're super excited that they are here, Mr. Carter.
Yes,
even
absolutely.
If our Prescott's, or even if our Somerset Spartans aren't winning the match currently, our fans are still excited to be here.
Our fans are still winning our hearts.
Absolutely. Madison Troutmiller with the serve. She gets the ball over, and she forces
some ceiling interference.
Yeah, and they still play it, and here comes a spike by Christine Schurz, and she gets the ball over. Nice touch with the left hand there.
Just kind of patted it over.
Yeah, just patting the ball over right into that open area. And
a little tippy finger touch.
It was really nice finesse.
Yes.
Doesn't have to always be power, Mr. Carter.
Fantastic finesse.
Absolutely, and that is an excellent serve by Madison Troutmiller. And this Spartans have tied it up 3-3 against the Prescott Cardinals.
There's that communication we were talking about.
Absolutely. If they can incorporate that a little bit, they have a good chance. Troutmiller on the serve again. Over to Prescott. They bump, set, and set up for a spike. Ooh, and the Spartans block it. Another bump, and they're getting ready on the attack. And the Spartans gain the lead in this second set with an early 4-3 lead. Troutmiller will continue to serve because why not? Keep the hot hand back there.
Do you know why they sometimes rotate serves and sometimes don't, Mr. Rossmiller?
I'm honestly not sure, Mr. Carter, because my extent of volleyball knowledge is intramurals in high school and college.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that's more than me.
Well, volleyball is a wonderful sport to play, and I don't know a lot about it, but I sure do enjoy playing it. And as we were doing that, the Spartans gained another point. 5-3 Spartans here with Troutmiller on the serve. Another excellent serve. That touch, Mr. Carter.
That touch.
How about that? Troutmiller really showing all facets of her serving game here. Some power, some finesse. It's really confusing the Cardinals.
Terribly exciting. They've got the touch.
Exciting.
They've got the power.
Prescott sets it up. Madison with a nice dig.
Fantastic save.
And Prescott looks like they're going to be setting it up again. Oh my goodness, an excellent rally for both teams here.
Fantastic. Who will win? Who will win?
Oh my goodness.
I am unsure.
And the Spartans are going to set it up here.
Killing me. Oh. That appears
to be a point for the Spartans there.
Because of a net interference by the Cardinals.
Good catch, Mr. Carter.
The Spartans win.
Soccer. Okay. They win that point right there, and they are out to a 7-3 lead here, which is the biggest lead they have had in any of the sets tonight. Troutmiller with the serve again. Prescott bump sets and spikes the ball. Ooh, and they are able to block it, but again, not quite enough contact there. It lands on their side. Prescott gets the point, and they now retain the serve. which is something that the Spartans probably wish they could continue to have here with that hot streak.
Absolutely.
Prescott with the serve here, and they get the ball over. Nice dig by Troutmiller and a spike by Belargin, and that one is down. Spartan point. 8-4 Spartans. Belargin has had a couple of really nice spikes.
Oh, fantastic game for her today.
Where she is just pounding that ball across the net, and the Prescott Cardinals do not know what to do with it.
And as our student section is cheering, you can't stop her.
That's how, and she's a sophomore as well, as they point out, which is very impressive. She was also a varsity player last season as a freshman, so Hope has that experience. That one, Stevie Haig can't quite handle that one.
No.
That one was another strong one from the Cardinals, because they aren't messing around either. They've had some impressive spikes as well.
Mm-hmm.
Prescott back with the serve here. And that ball is out. Spartan points. The student section got involved on that one, Mr. Carter, and maybe that affected it.
They might have gotten into her head.
It could happen. This Spartan student section can really mess with an opposing team.
In a good way.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why they're here. Home field advantage is a thing, Mr. Carter.
I believe you.
Home court advantage is a thing.
Bit.
That's why it's been unfortunate we haven't had a lot of home matches, but
I guess that is true.
the Spartan faithful are out tonight.
Into the net on the Somerset side.
Oh, another unforced error. We've been doing a lot better with those in this set, but that hurts the momentum a little bit.
It does feel like the first set caught the Spartans off guard.
A little bit, and now they're kind of rebounding a little bit and forcing some errors. Shaylin Stremke with a little too much power on that one, and it goes over the line. Prescott ball and Prescott point.
They need to learn how to tone it down
a little bit. And it's all a work in progress. I mean, obviously, another difficult serve to return.
Mm-hmm. Scores now.
I mean, at least half that ball hit the net before it rolled over.
Yes, very unfortunate.
Absolutely, and there's nothing the Spartans can really do about that one.
Very true.
Madison Troutmiller with a nice dig set. Gaikowski with a spike, but it doesn't quite connect. Stremke with a spike, and that ball is out as well.
What are the out-of-bounds lines?
The black line, I believe, is the out-of-bounds.
That looks right to me.
Yep. So any ball that goes outside of the black is going to be out of bounds. That was a difficult serve to handle.
Like that one. That one out of bounds.
Yep. Rachel Gaikowski made contact with it, but just couldn't quite control it. And that ball goes out for the Spartans. And the Spartans no longer have a lead. They're down 10-9 to the Cardinals. Troutmiller with a nice dig. Net ball on the Cardinals. That is a press
interference.
Yep, another point for the Spartans. And the Spartan faithful is informing the Cardinals that you cannot do that, Mr. Carter. One of my favorite chants.
Yes, it is very entertaining to see how many of our students know all of the rules to volleyball.
It's very interesting. It's good that they are sharing their knowledge with everyone here, too.
Yes,
right?
in case that Cardinal did not know.
Exactly. And that is another point for the Spartans, and they regain that lead with Christine Schurz serving, number 8.
Taking back the lead.
Absolutely. We really need to win this set here. That's another nice serve by Schurz. Prescott sets it up and spikes, and they spike it right into the net.
Spiked into the net.
And that will not get you any points for your team, Mr. Carter.
That definitely will not.
Another point for the Spartans of Somerset.
I do believe that is something you should not do.
Absolutely. Another serve by Christine Schurz, a lefty, and that is a difficult serve to handle there for the Cardinals.
It looks like Prescott might be losing a bit of their touch.
A little bit. They
ferocity.
seem a bit rattled, Mr. Carter.
Yes, a little bit. Their ferocity that they displayed in the first set.
Oh, there is a block by the Spartans. Excellent work there. And the Spartans are now out to a 4-point lead. That was Rachel Gaikowski on the spike, or on the block. Pardon my mistake.
I will pardon it.
Thank you, Mr. Carter. I know I can count on you.
You are forgiven.
Another great.
Like church.
There's got to be something with Scherz's serve that just messes with him. It might be the rotation. It might be that she's left-handed. I'm not quite sure.
I don't know. If I was her hand, I would know.
That's true. But look at that. It's almost knuckling in the air. And Prescott sets the ball up for a spike here. And that ball is out.
Out of bounds
and
because it went out the black line.
Very good, Mr. Carter.
Yes,
See, we would not consider ourselves volleyball experts, but we are learning on the job here.
We are pretty close.
Yeah, and we are very good learners because we love learning.
Yes.
Yeah. Prescott
Almost.
Prescott with a nice serve there, and Scherz cannot dig that one off the hardwood floor. Ball back to the Cardinals.
The hardwood floor is very unforgiving.
The hardwood can really get you, Mr. Carter.
Yes, it can. Rough on the knees. That's why.
Ooh, Gaikowski with an excellent spike, and the Cardinals cannot handle that one, and we're back to a 4-point lead in this set number 2. Right now, Somerset on top, 16-12.
That ball also went out of bounds.
It did, and now we're like hyper aware of this out of bounds, but it's a good thing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. We have Gracie Lambert with the serve, and that ball is over. A nice dig, but Somerset gets the ball over. Prescott sets it up for a spike. Lambert with the set. Spartans have to get that ball over, and they do. But that allows the Cardinals to set it up for a nice spike, and that ball is out of bounds. Spartans with a 5-point lead, 17-12.
Very exciting.
There have been a couple here where the Cardinals just seem to be a little bit too amped up, and they are spiking that ball out of bounds.
Well, yes, that happens when you are in a dire need internally to
Absolutely.
make up the lost points.
Great serve by Gracie Lambert there, right in the middle of at least 5 of the Prescott Cardinal players. And the Spartans are now up to an 18-12 lead in this second set. Lambert on the serve. That ball right into the net, and that one hurts. That one hurts the Spartans a little bit there. You
Yes,
could
it
feel
does.
the momentum swinging in our direction, and those sometimes hurt a little bit.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. Prescott with the serve. And Prescott is going to set it up here for a spike. Ooh, a nice dig by Lambert, but the Spartans cannot rebound on that one.
No, they cannot.
Great dig by Lambert on that one. She was in the right place at the right time and executed, but the rest of the Spartans were not quite ready there.
Well, apparently we're looking for someone.
Ooh, a nice spike by Belargin there. My goodness. I wouldn't want to be in the path of that ball.
Oh, no, definitely not.
That would be pretty scary, Mr. Carter.
And we are substituting in Stevie Haig and Madison Buthling.
There you go. And Stevie is going to be serving the ball. Stevie is a student of business and technical writing this semester.
Ooh, I do believe you teach that class, don't
I
you,
do,
Mr. Rossmiller?
and I have the privilege of teaching quite a few of our upperclassmen in that class. It's the one time in the day that I get to teach upperclassmen. The rest of the day is with freshmen, Mr. Carter. And I love the freshman class, but the entire day with them can get kind of difficult sometimes.
No, you don't mean to tell me that freshmen are...
I love them to death, but sometimes they don't know what's going on. And that's the nicest way of putting it.
Well, it is good that they have a teacher like you.
Well, thank you, Mr. Carter.
To teach them the SHS way.
I appreciate that. And we are going to, we're going to have a timeout here, 1 minute timeout, and we are going to, it looks like, go into the crowd a little bit. And actually, they're coming up to us. So we have both Benjamin Rybecki and Logan Gayassi here, two captains on the Somerset Spartans soccer team. And Mr. Carter has some questions for you guys.
Before we talk about soccer, we were just talking about business and technical writing. I do believe that is a class of which you are a student.
Yes, I am very honored to be in that class. Such a joy. Ross Miller, great teacher. Not quite Carter, but I'm just kidding, Ross.
It's hard to be Mr.
Kidding.
Carter.
He's serious.
I know, I'm serious.
Anyways, I do believe Mr. Benjamin Rybecki chose Mr. Rossmiller here to be his staff appreciation teacher at the staff appreciation soccer
I'm Ross
class.
Miller have this good friendship going on.
Absolutely.
I would really like it if he could come to our soccer game Thursday, so I chose him as staff.
Thursday, you say?
At what time, Ben, will the game be played at?
Thursday, 4:30 versus Amory.
All right, everyone needs to be there.
Home.
Where?
At home at the Somerset Spartans soccer field.
Yes.
Logan, do you have anything to say?
It's going to be a joy. All right.
We're going to crush Amory, try to be there.
Good.
All right, now we're back to the volleyball action.
Thank you,
guys.
gentlemen. Thank you, and best of luck to the Somerset Spartans men's soccer team the rest of the season.
Absolutely. And good luck to you, Mr. Ross Miller. I hope you don't blow it on that staff appreciation day.
It's a lot of pressure, Mr. Carter, but I'm going to really do my best.
I do believe you will.
It's always
Cheer
awesome.
Loud and proud.
I love the staff appreciation nights are so much fun. It's just a great time with all the teachers coming, everyone supporting the students.
Yes, it definitely is.
And it looks like Mr. Wallen is going to... All right. And we're back with the... Ooh, a nice spike by the Prescott Cardinals. But our Somerset Spartans are still up to a 22-15 lead in this second set. They don't need 3 more points to win this set. Let's see if they can keep it together here and win this set.
Prescott needs 10 more points to win this set.
Good point, Mr. Carter.
It's
a lot harder to get 10 points than 3 points, and now 2 points.
Yes, now 2 points.
We're up to 23.
They just showed us it's easier to make up 3 points than it is 10 points.
It is. You're absolutely right. I mean, neither of us are math teachers, Mr. Carter, but we got some math going on here.
We are definitely not math teachers.
No, and I will be the first to admit that. And we have another timeout here on the court, on the hardwood, as it looks like Prescott is calling a timeout to regroup. And here's a student section. Folks,
if you can't hear them,
they do an excellent job of showing up and showing their Spartan spirit as Jump Around begins to play. Some of them are jumping, some of them are just... Oh, we have some football players here with us now.
Yes, we do. We have.
So, gentlemen, we're going to be right here. So, say your name, your position, and who you're playing against on Friday.
Okay, well, I'm Jack Gazdick.
Jack Gazdick.
DN.
Fullback.
I'm Andrew Smith, and I play guard on offense and nose guard on defense.
Thank you, gentlemen. And who are you playing against this week?
We have New Richmond this week.
All right. And how is New Richmond looking this year, Mr. Gazdick?
It's a tough matchup. Good team. But I think we have a good game plan going in.
Absolutely. Had a couple of days of good practice so far.
Yep. Yeah, it's been pretty good.
Awesome.
In the rain and cold, we had a really good practice.
Ready for anything when it comes to Friday.
Yep.
Absolutely, gentlemen. So what time is that game at on Friday, and where is it located? 7 o'clock at the Spartans' home field at the
Robert Seibel Memorial Field.
Thank you, Jack.
7 o'clock.
Be there, be square. All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Keep on cheering on our volleyball team. Let's see if they can win this second set. All right, and we're back to the action here with Somerset getting another point. This is match point here now. Not match point, but set point.
Yes.
Pardon me, Mr. Carter. And that's another one by Hope Belargin.
Yes, terribly exciting.
Absolutely. Terribly exciting. Belargin with the serve here. Trying for set point. And it gets the ball over. Prescott is a little bit disorganized here, and they serve it into the net, and that is a set win for your Somerset Spartans. They are able to bring it back to even here in this match.
There we go.
And we are now all tied up at 1-1.
Very exciting.
It is very exciting. That is exactly what the Somerset Spartans needed to do here.
Yes.
They needed to show up, and they needed to show that they could take control at their home court.
And you know what? They did.
They did. They did exactly what they had to do, and now they have that momentum going in after they come back.
Well, do you know why they change sides of the court every set?
I think so. There is no advantage on one side or the other. What is your theory here, Mr. Carter?
Well,
do you know the answer to that question?
No, I do not.
You're asking me questions that neither of us are going to have the answer to.
I am attempting to learn.
Yeah, it's good.
You called me a lover of learning.
I'm not sure if the one and only Corey Lindenberg is going to show up, because 28 minutes ago he sent me a text message that said about ready to leave, and that was 28 minutes ago. So I'm not quite sure if Mr. Lindenberg will be here, but I think we're doing a pretty good job so far as far as volleyball novices.
Yes. Well, I was Corey Lindenberg's student teacher once upon a time. and you are still currently.
Corey Lindenberg is my mentor.
Yes.
So I am still learning from him, and maybe this is a learning experience for both of us, Mr. Carter.
Maybe. We were both pupils of the Corey Lindenberg.
And now he's passing the torch to us.
Perhaps we might be able to embody him.
That is the goal.
With some discussion about food.
Oh, I like where this is going.
You know, Mr. Rossmiller.
You brought up the point, so you obviously are going to be going first.
I was not planning on speaking here tonight.
Yes. I wasn't either. I was just helping out at a cross-country meet, and I showed up, and Mr. Wallen was saying, you are doing play-by-play, and the rest is history.
Yes, that sounds like wrong place, wrong time.
A little bit, but I mean, I don't regret it. It's been a good time so far.
Yes, well,
getting back to food.
My plan for the night was to go home and make myself a chicken bacon ranch.
Ooh,
hot sandwich.
That sounds really good. And Mr. Carter, you are a connoisseur of sandwiches.
I am, yes.
I always hear about these different sandwiches that you are making at home and how you can make a better sandwich than a lot of restaurants can make.
I find I am disappointed when I go out to eat.
Whenever we go out to eat, you're always like, it was okay.
I can make it better.
But I can do better.
Yes.
And that always impresses me.
It is.
Yeah.
It is very impressive.
Yeah, you are an impressive individual.
And I invited our Cody Wallen to come over.
Oh my goodness.
And enjoy some sandwiches.
I mean, it's all about sharing, right?
Yes,
it's all about sharing the wealth.
What good is a meal if you can't share it with someone else?
Absolutely right, Mr. Carter.
But he declined the offer.
How?
I don't know.
He is always skipping out.
Would you like to come over and have some sandwiches with me?
I would be honored, Mr. Carter.
I would gladly make you a sandwich.
I would really enjoy that.
I made club hot sandwiches, some club grinders for my family at our cabin this summer.
That sounds like just a wonderful time.
It was.
I can't even imagine how wonderful that was.
I fried bacon. And I baked the bread, and I spread the mayo, and I chopped the lettuce and the tomatoes.
All of it right there for you.
And
you saw the process that was made to make that wonderful meal.
And my dad, who doesn't like anything, said to me,
"Oh boy,
son, what are you cooking tomorrow?"
Oh my gosh, that is just perfect.
You
Mr.
could
Carter.
have that moment, Mr. Rossmiller.
That is too good. That is connection right there. That is That is excellent. Really, sandwiches bring people together, Mr. Carter.
Yes, they
That's
do.
the theme of this entire. If we were writing a paper about this timeout break, that's what we'd be writing it about.
But the brats they serve at the concession stand are pretty okay too. So
yeah,
back at the action here.
Back with the action here in set number 3. The Prescott Cardinals get the first point as Stevie Haig serves it, but Prescott gets organized. Oh my gosh.
And who do we have behind us here?
Guess who is here, folks?
Mr. Lindenberg has just arrived.
The one and only Corey Lindenberg, a.k.a. T-Bone.
That's just like the steak,
Absolutely.
But not as rare.
He is here, folks. The person you have been waiting for.
I heard we were talking about sandwiches.
Absolutely.
Yep.
It was really good.
Yes. I myself had a delicious fried bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich with a little chutney mixed with mayo tonight for dinner.
And you didn't bring any for us.
I did not. Ate it all. I save things for my family, just like the nice things.
That's fair. So just to catch you up, Mr. Lindenberg, we are all tied at 1-1 here.
And 1-1.
And 1-1 in this set, even in the third set.
This sets up for an exhilarating last 3 matches of the night.
Certainly does.
Hopefully just 2 matches in favor of the Spartans.
Yes, indeed. And we were worried after that first set because it looked like it was going to be all Prescott, but Somerset really rallied in that second set.
Prescott is coached by Somerset alum Sammy Martell, sitting third in on the bench.
How about that?
She knows our secrets.
She knows.
She came through the Sarah Proshak regimen and took her talents to Prescott.
So that's hard to defeat right there. When people know the answers to the test.
The ins and outs. We don't have a former Prescott coach. So Somerset little burdened by that little factoid.
Nobody on the inside.
Nobody on the inside.
So you're saying we need to hire one of their coaches.
Absolutely.
Or we need to infiltrate the system and then come back.
Yes.
Somebody
needs. What I think needs to happen, because high school volleyball is pretty cutthroat in this way,
Absolutely.
is that a teacher from Somerset needs to go get hired in Prescott, work there for several years, learn the ins and outs of their volleyball game, resign, get rehired in Somerset, and then teach those same pearls of wisdom to our girls.
That's the only way.
That's the only way.
Fun fact, Mr. Lindenberg, before I got hired at Somerset, I was interviewing for the 6th grade Prescott position, and I got 2nd place in that position. And then 1 week after getting hired by Principal Donnelly at Somerset High School, the principal at Prescott Middle sent me an email asking if I would take their 8th grade position.
Oh!
Like, too slow, my friend.
Too slow.
Already at Somerset.
Somerset knows how to recognize teaching talent.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
And
with the exception of the freshman social studies teacher.
He really struggles.
But he is also a Somerset grad, so we just keep him around.
Yeah. It's nice to have that.
Another fun fact, when I was interviewing for teaching positions right out of college, I interviewed at West De Pere.
Yes.
And I knew that they needed a volleyball coach. I myself am not well versed in volleyball coach, but being a cocksure young man, I decided to Google some stuff and try to present myself as knowing what happens about volleyball, even though they didn't really ask me.
As many of our students believe, Wikipedia is the best teacher.
I mean, that's pretty much matter of fact at this point.
Yeah. Who needs us at this point?
Their Wikipedia has citations.
They do.
When I teach, I don't have citations.
No. It's really a one-stop shop.
So volleyball.
Yeah.
7-2 Prescott. Spartans on a little bit of a slide.
Well, while we've been chatting here, we lost a few points.
Seems like those blocks are going a little awry.
Yes, and they were earlier in the game as well. Somerset has been kind of struggling with making good contact on those blocks, getting it over on the other side of the net.
I don't know much about things, but I feel like that comes down to angles.
Yeah, I mean, I'm no math whiz, but
you know who is a math whiz? Dean Hoff, Somerset geometry teacher. I wonder if he could teach him a little bit about angles.
Is he here tonight?
I don't think so. That might be why we're losing this set 7-2.
That could
Dean
be.
Hoff is not here.
Where is Dean Hoff?
And Liv Hoff is not on the volleyball team either, and so we're 0 for 2 in terms of Hoff's able to teach angles.
That is difficult to overcome.
Very difficult to overcome.
But maybe we could get Mr. Hoff here next week on the 8th.
Anyone can overcome it. It will be these resilient Somerset Spartan volleyball players.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Now, speaking of October 8th, gentlemen, that is the pink game for the Somerset Spartans. It is their last home game of the season.
Big pink, huh?
And it will be the pink game. So make sure you order your shirts. I believe.
So you notice how that Prescott block went down in. Oh, little tap.
Oh, but Somerset.
The Bufling crossed the center line on her taparoo.
And we've had trouble with that so far tonight. And it comes back to kind of bite us here in this third set.
It's one of those hard ones because when you're jumping, your momentum's carrying you forward.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Is that
Stevie Haig with the miss hit there. And
but she wishes she could have that one back.
Absolutely.
Coach Freeze taking a smart time out here, trying to regroup the troops.
Absolutely.
Down 9-2 here in the.
And this one isn't too far away for the Spartans. They just have to kind of figure it out, regroup, and communicate here.
It's a game of rallies.
Absolutely.
You're 3 quick points away from it being 5-9, and then you're only 2 sets of 2 points away from being 9-9.
It really comes down to momentum, like it does in most sports.
That is how math works.
Feel like if it was a game of Quidditch right now, not knowing much about Quidditch, but knowing that there's some sort of golden sneed, is that a thing?
It's golden snitch.
Snitch, golden snitch.
I'm very interested to see where you take this.
We're
just going to leave it. We're going to leave that air here.
I'm right now,
that air here.
The Prescott Cardinals, a.k.a. House Mean Guys, Malfoy, right? Slytherin.
Don't talk about things you don't understand.
Well, since I have a microphone in my hand, I feel entitled to talk about things I don't understand. How Slytherin's out there racking up Quidditch doodadders, and Somerset the Harry.
I think it's points.
Somerset
I think it's
the Harry Potters of the world, trying to get that golden sneeze.
Speaking of Potter, I believe Mr. Potter is in attendance tonight. Former coach of the Somerset Spartans.
Let's change the subject as soon as possible.
Let's transition as soon as possible.
Hey, a point for Somerset.
Hey, and the rebound.
He's going after that golden snitch.
Yes. They're one step closer towards that golden snitch.
Yes.
And Somerset on the serve here.
Speaking of golden, here comes blonde-headed Sophie Revard. Ready to serve it up.
Served.
Boom.
Serve.
Bump.
And a
hit.
spike.
That's not a bump set spike.
We have seen those, though, earlier today.
Bump. smackaroo.
Oh.
Troutmiller sends it over. Oh, here we go. There you go. Lambert with the quick dig. Bet the Spartans would like to get a power hit from one of their frontline players.
Absolutely.
Oh, there we go.
Just can't get it.
And they're putting a lot of pressure on Grace Lambert to keep on knocking it over from the back there.
Well, she is the.
Here we go. Let's see what we got.
Boom.
The
This is an impressive rally.
Libero.
Absolutely.
We've stayed.
That's a big win for the Spartans.
They
there.
took a Mr. Hoff math lesson.
They did.
Using the cute angle.
How about that?
To send that ball down.
That's exactly what they have to do the rest of this set.
Anyways.
Cody Wallen's telling us that our viewership has spiked to 13 people.
Oh, my goodness.
13.
13 unique individual users.
How about
Don't you
that?
mean 1,300?
What?
1,300?
13. Oh, yes. I forgot the other 2 zeros.
Yes, there we go.
It's very easy to forget those.
The other 2 people who aren't watching.
Oops.
Another unforced error for the Prescott Cardinals, and that has been a problem for them tonight.
Yes.
But might as well put on the rally caps.
Absolutely.
Yep. Christine Schurz here now serving it up for the Spartans.
Very
The Prescott Cardinals are in the classic half-moon return pose. Our viewers will note that the team receiving the serve will have their back-end players in a bit of a semicircle.
I feel like I'm in class right now, but I'm enjoying it. I'm engaged.
One of us here took team volleyball as an elective in college.
That'll do
Coached by the great Patty Ford at UW River Falls.
Never forget.
Never forget.
I did not take that class.
I didn't either.
So he's not talking about me.
Me either. I took a badminton class in college. Not quite the same.
I took online gym.
No.
Just racking up steps on that pedometer. Patty Ford, I'm hearing from our stats fella, just got her 600th win in
amazing
UW River Falls volleyball history. What we just saw right there was what Patty Ford called a snake bite. And that's when you pretend like you're going to hit it really hard, but just tap it over the block.
That nice finesse shot.
A nice finesse shot. Which is a bit ironic because there's nothing finesse about snakes.
True. Absolutely.
Even the constrictors. You know, they just get you and they squeeze the life out of their prey.
They're just mean.
And swallow them whole.
Yeah.
No finesse.
They don't mess around.
Those jerks.
Poisonous snakes out there biting people.
I was almost killed by a snake once.
Oh, boy.
And then I walked away.
Did it bite you?
No, that's why I didn't die.
How do you know you would have died from the snake?
Because it was hissing at me.
That doesn't indicate that the snake is going to kill you. Another point for the Spartans there.
Is it just me, or does that net seem floppy?
It honestly does seem a little bit floppy. Not as taut as it usually would be.
I wonder if there's a prescribed tension that a net is supposed to be.
Some like
tautness that needs to acquire.
Yeah.
Tautness or TSI, tautness per square inch. Yeah.
And the Spartans are putting together a little bit of a rally here.
Yeah, I believe that's another one of those like a physics term, a cross between math and science. If only we had Keaton Anderson up here, he could tell us about TSI.
If only we had at least 5 staff members up here, one from each subject.
Yes.
That could inform us about all of the intricacies of volleyball.
I feel too like Keaton would know about tautness being a fisherman.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That line gets taut,
yes.
and you start reeling it in.
And his sails, they need to have a certain
he sails?
Sailing?
No, he doesn't.
Anderson
but
is a sailor?
You didn't know that?
I didn't.
I was just assuming.
I'm learning so many things during this broadcast.
He does have the appearance of a sailor.
Yes, he does.
Speaking
he has
of
the beard.
sail, let's see if they send one over.
Scores now 9-14.
There you go.
Nice.
Miss Hagen, expert position.
Into the net.
She'd like that one back.
Yeah.
Somerset is not as strong as we saw them last set. They're a little bit loosey-goosey.
They had that early deficit in this set, and it's been hard to overcome.
You just need to keep it close.
They do.
You just need to keep it close. Who knows what will happen?
Absolutely.
Yes.
A hot server, sending over some aces, you're right back in the thick of it.
That's a difficult one, too, for Madison Buthling. Spartans have had opportunities here and just not quite connected.
Is it me, or does Miss Roberts look like young Miss Varese?
Kinda. Yeah. The head coach.
The head coach looks just like our Spanish teacher, Professor Roberts.
Yes.
That actually checks out.
I do see that.
Excellent work, Mr. Lindenberg. And
I don't know if our camerawoman will be able to get our audience a close-up of that shot. Riley, could you please zoom in on Coach Roberts and Coach Varese after this point? Just so our audience... Oh, that's an ace.
Look at that.
That's an ace. Zoom in on Coach Roberts and Coach Varese. 2 peas in a pod.
Focusing on the
2 peas in a pod.
They could be related.
It's that type of synergy that allows who's serving Trout Miller to get that ace.
Did you just say synergy?
Synergy.
Had to drop
My wife got promoted recently in corporate America, so I'm well versed now in the terms of our corporate overlords.
Wow. All right. Well, congratulations.
Synergy, frontline employees.
I'm glad you can bring that to the table, Mr. Lindenberg.
Yes, me as well.
Oh.
Another bump hit. They're going to need to get a spikaroo here at some point.
Yes, they will.
Shave that deficit down to 5.
They did.
Yes.
But you're right. Those spikes really do kind of change the tide sometimes, where that can really be defeating for another team.
You need to send it over hard.
It's a message.
Otherwise, the other team is able to set up their offense.
Absolutely.
So we're just launching them from the back line. Prescott's able to easily go bump set spike. Here we go, bump set. Let's go hammer time.
Perfect.
That's a bit of a carry.
And that must have been the call there. Yeah.
Our viewers are encouraged to stick around for the next time out, where we will be interviewing the student council president. She'll be answering some questions about homecoming. So
right on.
The questions have been submitted over Twitter, and we have them in front of us. We'll be asking her the tweeted questions. Hashtag StucoPresQs volleyball.
There has to be more we can add to that to make
it's
it a
very
unique,
long hashtag,
very unique
but
hashtag.
It's very important questions. So
here we are.
Could you please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about homecoming?
Hi, I'm Katie Schrader. I'm the student council president this year. We have some really fun dress-up days. We start off the week with grout fit versus denim on denim. And today was Decade Day. You got extra points for dressing up if it was the 80s. And then tomorrow is Dynamic Duo Day, so dressing up as famous pairs. Thursday is University or Jersey Day, and then Friday is School Spirit Day.
School Spirit.
Right
on. That's super exciting. Our first tweet came in from @SHSRocks. They were wondering where things are standing-wise when it comes to the classes. Who's winning? Who's in second place?
I think as of right now, the sophomores are winning thanks to Mr. Wallen's advisory, but we'll see. I think that the junior class is going to, kill it with Powder Puff this year.
And what's the most exciting thing about homecoming for you?
Definitely the football game, 100%.
What about the dance?
It's fun, but it's not as cool as the football game.
A lot less hitting.
Very true.
Almost 100% less hitting if the chaperones are doing their job right.
Yes. Hopefully I am not one of those chaperones.
Same here. Because I don't know if I can prevent hitting.
Somerset concedes another point to the Mighty Cardinals. I've just been informed that 2 Somerset Spartan alumni are currently watching our live stream.
My goodness.
We'd like to send a special shout out to Caitlin Strumke and Abby Revard, wherever you are watching the game. Yep.
Hello.
It's exciting that the community continues to rally around its hometown sports teams.
And that's really what this live broadcast is all about, so that the community can be really a part of what's going on at the high school. You don't have to attend the game to still be a part of what's happening here. And that one's difficult for the Spartans. Balarjan with a nice spike set up there, but Prescott is answering with a nice block. And now Prescott only needs 4 more points to win this set.
Can you hear Mr. Rossmiller?
No.
No. I could be talking about anything, and Mr. Lindenberg would have no idea.
So it's not just me.
You can't hear me?
No, I can hear you now, but I couldn't before.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I feel like having the non-headphone guy at one end makes it a significant disadvantage to hear the headphone guy at the other
That's true.
end. Yeah.
I was in the middle.
Yes, you are in the. Oh, when you couldn't hear him last time?
Yes.
Well, it's because he's talking, looking at the game like
That
a good
is
broadcaster.
true.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm doing my best.
Oh, I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
Your haircut is just so interesting.
Like a good friend.
Yes.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
a good friend.
Like a good friend.
Yeah, Will.
Yeah.
I cannot sacrifice my credibility as a broadcaster to be a good friend.
And that's just, why you're below Jeff.
And I can accept
When it comes
that.
to both friend and English department status.
That is true.
I put everything else on the line.
I thought you were English department teacher of the year last year, but Bethany just ripped that away from you. Just being teacher of the year.
It was no competition.
No competition.
Yeah.
No competition.
I think it's because I got cocky.
Yeah.
We kept on talking about it, and I just assumed and then blew right by
Well,
me.
let's hope the same troubles befall the Cardinals here.
Absolutely.
They get cocky here, up 10 points.
Big
A
deficit.
little tip. Here we go. Let's see. Over hard. Just a bit outside.
Just a bit out there.
I have to hope that Sammy Martell feels conflicted when she applauds her Prescott Cardinal team.
You sure would hope.
Oh,
Because
yes.
once you're a Spartan, you're always a Spartan. Well, nice dig there, but nobody on the other end as the Spartans give up the set point. Set number 3 goes to the Cardinals.
And just a slight error.
Prescott up 2-1, headed into a hopefully not decisive game 4.
Well said.
All right, so Mr. Lindenberg, what were you doing at the cross-country meet?
I was riding around in a gator.
Like an alligator?
You were riding on top of an alligator at the cross-country
It
meet?
was wet enough.
It was.
Yes. Mr. Probst recently got one on rent from the Minnesota Zoo. And I was riding that in case someone were to fall. They would become alligator food.
Yes.
This is how zoos
You would
feed their alligators.
consume-
They rent them
Yes.
out to cross-country tournaments. Person gets injured, not able to keep up with the pace. Alligator eats. Win-win.
And really, at this point, I feel like everyone...
Yeah. Cross-country is a very... is the word? Am I using the word esoteric correctly? A very esoteric sport.
Technical difficulties. I can no longer hear Mr. Rossmiller. Uh-oh. Well, can you still hear me?
Still hear you guys. Oh, I'm back.
I fixed
I am
it.
back.
In
The hands of an angel.
In my eagerness to lean in to
Yes.
hear what Mr. Rossmiller is saying, I accidentally untethered an aux cord. And here we have another Somerset senior, Ben Rybecki.
Benjamin Rybecki.
Yes.
Ben, could you please tell our audience what you're excited about for homecoming?
I'm excited about the dance because it's going to be a super fun time. We want everyone to come and support.
Now, earlier, the Stuco president said that she was more excited about the football game, kind of gave the dance second billing. How would you respond to that?
I would respond by saying that the dance funds the senior picnic, so everyone come to the dance.
If seniors want to eat, I'm hearing they better show up in force.
So,
Very
Ben,
compelling.
when is the dance and where is it located?
Dance is at 7 at the elementary school. It's a fun time where you just come and hang out with your friends.
That is 7 o'clock on Saturday.
Last question, Ben, before you leave. The greatest or the greatest of all time, Mr. Lindenberg's AP Lang class?
Is that a question?
Yeah.
What's the question?
The greatest or the greatest of all time, question mark.
Ah.
Mr. Lindenberg's AP class.
Which
or
one
business
is
and
it?
technical writing.
I'll say it's the GOAT.
Oh,
Ooh.
yep. For those viewers unfamiliar with hipster lingo, GOAT is like NASA, greatest of all time. Just like NASA's National Aeronautics and Space Astronauts.
Do you not know what an acronym is? That's
An excellent acronym there.
OSHA is Office of...
Do you want to name a
I
bunch?
think the rest of the
What's
broadcast
PETA
should
stand
be...
for?
People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals.
All right, NASCAR.
The rest of the broadcast is
National
this.
Automobile Car
Where's the ad?
Awesome Racing.
Oh, okay. Yep.
And we are getting a just-in.
The student section?
Something very serious. I am
Ooh,
not
a
sure
very
what
serious
it is.
report coming in.
Breaking news, our next time out, we have an interview with the Somerset girls golf team.
Ooh.
Again, viewers submit those questions to @SHS questions volleyball.
What about the hashtag?
Hashtag question mark.
Hashtag homecoming week.
Hashtag HOCO.
There you go.
Hashtag 2019.
Hashtag dance Saturday 7.
The football game Friday 7.
Hashtag senior picnic food.
Yes. Question mark.
Hashtag volleyball game.
Again.
Dance.
Yes.
Yes.
Money.
Go Spartans.
Money sign.
Dollars and cents. Somerset knots it up here at 2. That must be the lucky side.
Yeah, absolutely.
See, we were talking about this earlier, and I did not get to finish my thought because everyone who has won a set is on that side.
Yes, that side is the only side that has won a set.
See, here's why I think they switch sides after
Here's the
every set.
conspiracy theory, folks.
One side is haunted.
Go on.
That's it.
I'd be remiss if Miss Cameraman woman Bryson, could you please get a close-up of the Prescott coach? This guy's not wearing socks.
No way.
Well, no, he's wearing boat shoes.
Boat shoes and socks.
Boat shoes.
We were
and no
talking
socks.
about sailing earlier.
Yes.
This is what a sailor looks like.
What are the chances?
What are the chances
No
we knew
socks.
a sailor was in our midst?
It's so you can easily slip off your shoes and take a dip in the water if you so desire.
Which is definitely a
What would those
priority.
shoes be purposeful for when it comes to volleyball?
Style.
Style. No.
Well, he's the coach. He doesn't have to play.
Form over function here, folks. If there's a big crowd, you
Yes.
really want to show up and show out.
I mean, you can't argue with those ankles.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Scores now 1-2 to
Ooh,
3.
tough serve.
Nice serve.
Tough
In
serve.
favor of Prescott. It is now 2-4 in favor of Prescott.
Is that us?
I'm unsure if we are on camera right now.
That one's not live yet.
Darn.
Oh. Never mind then.
Just waving it. Bump set.
Net interference.
He called a double hit.
Mm.
That is when you're trying to set and your left hand hits moments before your right hand instead of both at the same time.
Wow.
Thank you, Patty Ford.
Ooh,
There we go.
dig.
Bump set. Hammer time.
Ooh.
Darn.
Just missed.
I feel like we need to watch more MC Hammer or put more MC Hammer videos on the scoreboard during timeouts, just so
that's a necessity at this point.
I do
we
concur.
become more familiar with what hammer time is and how it works. That was an example of hammer time.
Yes.
Are they referencing
There was power there.
MC Hammer when they say hammer time?
Yes. Yes. They should be saying, when instead of saying set, they should be saying hammer time.
Ah.
Or something to that effect. Here you go. Bump. The hammer time. Yeah, she got it.
Ooh.
Yes.
Great one by
Yes.
Christine
Christine
Schurz.
Schurz.
There you go.
Got the memo. To Prescott from Christine.
With the-
subject, hammer time.
With the left hand.
Text, please accept my invitation for hammer time, 8:35 p.m. Tuesday evening.
What was the reply?
Confirmed. Prescott, from Prescott to Christine Schurz, subject hammer time. Text, we regretfully accept your invitation. Ooh, Gaikowski goes with the finesse game.
Another one there. And the Spartans are picking up some momentum here.
2 quick points, and the Spartans are 3 away from tying this game up.
It
How about
is,
that?
just like you said, Lindenberg. It's all about rallies.
All about rallies.
Ooh.
Oh, Sophie was able to send it over with a little gusto.
Ooh.
Yep.
There you go.
I don't know much about common law in Wisconsin, but I know enough to know that was illegal.
Yes,
There you
very much so. She'll be served in the morning.
The papers are on their way.
Yes. What happened?
Ooh, there we go. And the Spartans are
That
within one
was
here.
a lift.
You cannot raise it like a dead. Raise the dead.
The crowd is correct. They
Balloon.
can't do that.
They are doing a great job of informing the other team when they don't know what
Some
they're doing.
people mistake that as bad sportsmanship
Yes.
when you or taunting.
Yes.
I just see it as
teaching,
helpful
Yes.
pointers.
Yes, they know the rules.
They know the rules.
They know the rules.
Say what you will about Somerset fan section, they know the rules.
Absolutely. Yes. And they're willing to share their knowledge. Ooh, yeah.
Bad communication there.
No, that's exactly what Sophie planned on.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
And
substitution. Schurz might be drafting another hammer time memo here.
we
This
go.
time off the serve. Ooh. Just couldn't handle it.
Hard one to connect. Hard one to connect on there.
There you go, bump set. Shaylin.
Shaylin,
there you go.
Hammer freshman. Hammer time.
Freshman.
She's CC'd the Prescott coach on that memo.
Absolutely.
Fan section now demonstrating their knowledge of class.
Yes.
Yeah.
They know a lot of facts.
They know their fellow students.
Yes.
They came prepared tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they did their background on the players.
There you go, the old bump setter.
There we go.
And we're all tied up.
9-9. Hope Larkin.
Now Prescott takes a timeout. That will bring us to the Somerset girls golf team who we got here with us. How's it going? Could you please introduce yourselves and tell our viewers a little about how the season's shaping up?
I'm Issa Fagan.
I'm Haley Myers. Our season's going good. On Thursday we have regionals.
Where?
At Bristol Ridge. If we make it past regionals, next Tuesday is sectionals at Pheasant Hills.
How excited are you to have regionals on the home course?
Pretty excited. Hopefully it'll go well. We're very familiar with the course, so. Yeah, it's supposed to rain early morning on Thursday, so.
Conditions should be slick.
Yes.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Do you know?
No. What about homecoming? Let's ask these golfers what they think about homecoming. Are they excited?
Well, we've been asking everyone what they're excited about when it comes to homecoming.
The football game. I think just Friday in general, like everything about Friday.
Now, are you both, you're a senior, Miss Myers, right?
Yes.
Do you like to eat during picnics?
Yes.
Would you like to encourage people to show up to the homecoming dance on Saturday, proceeds of which go to fund the senior picnic?
Please show up.
Will you be there?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there she goes. Really, that's exciting stuff. Thank you so much for helping us out. Would you like to leave us with any nuggets of wisdom?
Watch out at regionals.
Ooh.
Yep.
There you go. Watch out,
Good.
regionals.
I like it.
Tough words.
Oh, block!
Back in the game. A fierce rally.
Boom.
Oh.
A little too hard.
Too much excitement.
Was that Belargin on the attempted spike?
What?
Was that Hope Belargin on the attempted spike there?
That was Hope Largent. Looks like she mistimed her jump just a scotch.
Into the net.
And press right into the net.
They've been doing that a lot tonight.
They
It's
have
been
been
helping us out a lot.
Yeah.
Taut.
Yeah.
That
Yes.
taut net.
Yes.
That taut net. And now the Prescott fan section is sitting down.
And being very quiet.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Not showing a lot of school spirit tonight.
I know. They all dressed up, though, it looks like.
Looks like the theme was
Neon,
construction?
I guess.
Construction or neon?
Or
I prefer construction.
Road work.
That could be
Yes, maybe road work.
a strong supporters of the road work community.
Yes, something you could see in the headlights easily.
Yes.
Unlike a deer.
Which is very important.
Yes.
Somerset jumps out to a 12-11 lead here with Troutmiller on the serve.
This must be the closest.
13 quick serves and this game's over.
Make them quick ones.
Ooh.
Oh!
Not quick enough.
Prescott catches Lambert just a little out of position. This one's shaping up like it's coming down to the wire.
Yes, it is.
Who will have the grit?
I don't know.
Hopefully our Spartans show that grit.
Grit is one of the core values that the Somerset volleyball team
espouses.
Yes. Chases after. Grit, commitment, and one other that I...
Oh, there's a snake bite.
Oh.
There's the snake bite.
And that one bit the Prescott Cardinals a little
Prescott
bit.
was like, holy moly, we better get ready for this hammer time memo. And then Hope Largent was like, delete draft, subject line, snake bite.
Yes. And they bought it, man.
Fans who are really interested in memo terminology of business and technical
Oh,
writing.
yeah, I love the business
A
tech.
return on that snake bite.
Another one. Right
Yes,
back at him.
No, yes, the Cardinals, boom.
Monkey see, monkey do.
Absolutely.
I guess, very true.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. We had a good rhyme there.
He is an English teacher.
Yes.
Oh, what a dig. Oh, the surprise.
Wow.
Doopsie-doo.
That is a
And then a
perfect
doopsie,
word.
don't try to knock it through our wall, says Rachel Gaikowski.
And the Cardinals could not.
In
One of your
her face.
One of your basketball players, is she not?
She is. Yes.
One of your students as well, I would assume.
Indeed, for all of a day.
Today
All
being
of
that
the
day.
Today being...
We haven't talked about that yet.
All of one day.
All of one day.
Mr.
Yeah.
Lindenberg, why is today special for you?
Today is the day that I said goodbye to my sons.
Yes.
Forever.
Forever.
For the first
You'll
time
never see them again.
in 5 months at 7:30 a.m. And then I did not say hello to them until 6 p.m.
You
Wow.
sound like a horrible father.
Yep.
I am kidding.
Mhm.
I don't have children, so I should not be able to talk.
You don't, have to not have children to be able to recognize a horrible father when you see one.
Ah, gotcha.
No.
But duty called, Mr. Lindenberg, and you showed up.
Cross country called.
Yes.
Yes.
Driving through a cold rainstorm in a gator, picking up flags with Amigo
on an
as she's
angry-
covered in dirt.
Yeah, Kate Amigo, Spanish teacher at Somerset High School, was really wanting to get out of here after the cross-country meet.
Yes.
She seemed very cold, very muddy, and ready to be done for the day.
I ran to my car, which was the longest I've run in probably 7 months.
Did you time yourself? As far as, like-
I timed myself in terms of how close I was to hyperventilating, and I was very close.
All right, fair enough.
A bump set. There we go.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh. They found the gap in the Spartan field.
They knocked on the door. Nobody was home.
Yes.
And then they barged right in with their
Burgled.
strike.
Yes.
They burgled that point.
Yep.
Those Cardinals.
They started a party right in their living room.
Knotting us up at 16-16. For those keeping track at home, 32 total points between the two teams have been scored in this fourth set.
That's some good math.
There we go. Coach Freeze likes what she sees, sending in Taylor Paulson in the place of Madison Troutmiller. Trying to get a little more heat on the front line.
Another student of yours, isn't she?
Another student and another basketball player.
Ooh, double duo.
As a matter of fact, this entire front line are both students and basketball players of mine.
What a triple
Not of
threat.
mine. I don't possess anybody.
They are your students.
There we go.
Oh!
Coach Freeze's substitution proved to be effective as Taylor Paulson comes in and hopefully puts another nail in the Prescott coffin here in this fourth set. Oh, a little pirouette. Taylor Paulson again.
Just outside.
Just a bit outside. And Prescott regains control of the serve.
Terribly exciting.
Yeah, nice dig there.
Oh.
Ooh, a nice hammer there, but
I feel like that was a double hit. Arms and then body. That's not super legal.
Oh,
nice
and
save by
Need a
Prescott
little
there.
bit more harumph.
Yeah.
Into the net.
Volleyball karma rears its head, and Prescott loses the point. I'm noticing that of the Prescott coaches' ankles I can see, none of them are wearing socks. I wonder if that is like coach uniform.
Did they talk about it beforehand?
Yes. What if socks are bad luck?
Ooh. Or they might have no-show socks on. All are possibilities here.
All certainly all possibilities. Somerset takes a 3-point lead, 2017, and it seems like Prescott's taking a timeout.
Oh boy.
Are you discussing something like invisible socks?
Not quite, but like socks that are present under the shoe, but aren't present like over the shoe. Or like around the ankle. No-show socks are a thing.
I don't like them because I find that soon the part that goes around like just below the ankle oftentimes will
dip
fall
under?
underneath my heel.
Yes. So it's, and there are our students.
Student section.
Greatest students in the world.
A rowdy bunch.
They are staying alive, awake, alert, enthusiastic throughout all of these sets tonight.
Unlike most of the crowd and especially the Prescott student section.
If you told me half the Prescott student section was asleep, I would believe you. I would believe you.
Yeah. And it's crazy. They have a long drive home tonight.
They do.
40 minutes. I used to make it every day.
When?
Fun fact, my wife is from Prescott. We used to live in her mother's basement.
Ooh, good time?
Oh, it's great. You know that mother-in-law basement life, especially when you had a 1-year-old child and 2 yippy dogs.
That sounds like the life, Mr. Lindenberg.
I believe I'd call it the dream. Living it. Just like, oh!
Ooh.
And they called number 10 for the scoop. That's a tough one.
Not sure if I agree with that call. But the official is a lot closer, and he knows what he's talking about.
He does.
Unlike me.
This is true.
Very true.
Bump, set, bump. Now, when you have to send it over soft like that, just like Miss Paulson did, it helps to send it over long, just because it makes it a little harder for the other team to set up their offense. Whereas you send it over short, it's easy to get into the old bump set spike.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Such strategies being employed here. Terribly exciting.
Big hole in the back right corner here.
Yeah,
there we go. Sure's got it. And Hope sends it down.
There we go.
No hope for Prescott on that point.
Good one right there.
Plenty of hope for Somerset.
Man, we should have had that one when he wasn't here,
Yes.
Jeff. Gosh.
That's why we don't announce football.
That's true.
Speaking of which, Mr. Lindenberg, I came up with a good zinger for the next football game.
Oh.
Andrew Smith, who we spoke to earlier, if he gets something good, smithereens. He blew them to smithereens. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, to be honest, I forgot that until about 10 seconds ago, so I'm glad I remembered it.
And shared it with me right now.
Yes.
It's very important.
Very exciting.
Ooh, I have another one, too, here once we get another break.
Ah!
There it is.
Oh, no!
Oh, my goodness.
No way.
What a turn of fortune. It appeared as though the ball was on the floor, but the fingernail of a Cardinal propelled it back into the air.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Lindenberg, but I believe that's a pancake.
That is, in fact, a pancake, named after the food on which the hand resembles when placed flat upon the skillet of the floor.
Very interesting. You don't see those every day.
You do not. Unless you work in a diner. Wow, that was some laughter coming from the people sitting around me and not myself on that hilarious turn of the phrase. Up to 20 viewers after that one.
Ooh. We didn't lose any yet?
we were down to 14. And America likes their explanation of pancake buns.
That really brings the people in.
Really brings the people in.
It's all about relatability here.
Exactly. Yep.
Everybody loves pancakes, whether in volleyball or at the diner.
Be nice if we could get some demographics on our viewership, get some advertising sales on here.
That would be excellent.
Yeah.
That would be fantastic.
Ooh,
oh, what a
good
play
save
by
Gracie.
Lambert. Oh, and the sneaky.
There we go.
Who did that sneaky one?
I am unsure. Stevie Haig. Terribly exciting.
That's a veteran move right there.
Absolutely. A lot of experience with Stevie Haig.
We got hope up. 2 points needed for the Spartans.
Now, if Prescott wins this, do they win the whole thing?
They do.
Yes.
This is do or die.
Uh-oh.
It's a race to 25, win by 2.
Yes, so, and we're at 23-23. My age to my age.
We've broken new ground, new high. 21 viewers.
Oh my goodness.
21 viewers.
Thank you, viewers, for tuning in here.
Welcome. You're at an exciting pinnacle of excitement.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Jeff.
I believe that is
That's
just
out.
really
There
a
we go.
little bit false.
That's some high end. I thought they tipped that one. Keeping those fingers off the ball there, mighty impressive. All right, let's see if Lambert can send us to set 5.
Here we go.
Let's go.
Revard comes in for Buthling.
And
she will be serving. Let's see what Coach Freeze has brewing. It's deep. Bump set. Oh! Troutmiller tried to get it. Just couldn't make it. Knotted up at 24 again. Here we go, Spartans.
2 more points to win.
Go for another in-the-net serve.
I was thinking about it.
Kowski. Okay, here. Okay.
Oh, boy, gotta get it over here.
Send it over. A little close to the net. Oh! Oh, my.
And a fierce spike from
Prescott.
That one was coming in
Come
hot.
on, Spartans. Here we go. Down 1. Somerset needs to get the point here to stay alive. I don't mean to sound dramatic, but it all comes down to this.
Yes, it does.
And the ball sails out of bounds. That's Prescott point. Prescott takes set 4, and Prescott takes the match. Well, our Spartans fought valiantly to the very end, but just weren't able to pull it out.
Sometimes that's just the way it goes, Mr. Lindenberg.
The cookie crumbles is what I was hoping you were going to say, because cookies crumble in a happenstance way. It's not the same from time to time, just like each game.
Absolutely right. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Down to 20 viewers. Lost one on that cookie explanation.
Come on with better cookie stuff, man.
I'll have to do some more cookie research for tomorrow.
The chips did not layer on this cookie as well as
with all of these food metaphors.
We're getting the call to wrap it up. We've run out of airtime. For Corey Lindenberg, this is Will Rossmiller and Jeff Carter signing off. Thank you so much for staying with us today, Somerset and Tri-State area.
Good night.